Hi, welcome back. I will now show you the part from chapter 5, which is learning to edit existing solid models. And in that, you will see design a simple part, use circular pattern, and then how to edit sketch, how to edit extrude. So you see, I already saved a file in the right folder. I call it problem 5. I think I didn't select the right file type, so let me see if it's good. Yeah, it's good. So you see, it's on my desktop. It's in that folder. So I'm going to work on that, and I will start. I don't know. This is sheet metal. No. Hi, I will start modeling part from chapter 5, which will show you how to edit existing solid models. So we will design a part, use a circular pattern, use a sketch panel. So I will create a new part. And I will save that part to our main folder. So 5.0, you see my name, our naming convention, save. And I will start a 2D sketch and I will use XY plane. And again, I will go to Tools, Application Options, and I will go to Sketch and I want to enable the coordinate system indicator. It's just convenient for me because I will see where's X and Y, how they're oriented. So in this part, all they want to do is to draw a circle. So basically in that sketch, we will draw a circle and I will use the center. And all I have to do is dimension the circle by 2 inches. And again, you have two options for a circle. One is just left click, the other one is right click, dimension type. You can swap from diameter to radius. But in this case, I will keep diameter and I will just type 2 there. Middle mouse click twice. You see, middle mouse click twice. It should be fine. And then when I say finish sketch, this will go a little bit to 3D. So you see, I'm there. And now, I would just extrude this by 0.25 inches. So I'm right now at the page 5.3 from your textbook. So extrude, this is already selected. And instead of 1 inch, I will type just 0.25. You see, that's the first one. So they're saying here, once a solid had been created, begin a new sketch on the front surface. This front surface, so I will say start to sketch on the front surface. They want us to go, I will put this circle anywhere and I will show you how to constrain it. So there, I will put 0.375. That's for the size, but for location, you see this circle, it doesn't know where it's at. So I would say, okay, I want this dimension to be 0. So, it's on vertical plane, but then I have to say, how far is this from the center? And I think here they really didn't specify where's that location. So, but they're using this other circle of 2. So let me see, the first one was 2. So they really didn't say where is that. But I know for fully constrained sketch, I need to put this somewhere else. So let's see if I put 0.75. Later we can change if they give us information where exactly is this circle, or 0.6. I'm not sure. Oh, 0.625. Yeah, it more looks like this. So they're mentioning where's exact location in the figure 755. So I will do 0.625. So you see, when it's black, then it's fully constrained. I cannot move this circle anywhere. And if I would draw another circle, you see when it's purple, that means I can click on the center, try to move it anywhere, and size. So there are two things. Every circle has its location and a size. So if I put this for a size, then I cannot change later the size. And for location, you always need X and Y coordinates. So like, for example, if you put X from somewhere in Y, but I just want to show you, look, I can just delete. So they want you to extrude this through everything. So I'm going to extrude. And so I will switch here from Boolean operation join to Boolean cut. And I like to go here distance and I say through all. So, I don't have any. It will tell me, okay, you're extruding 0.25, but if I use this through all, and if I change my first extrusion, let's say I say edit feature, you see right click, edit feature. Let's say I go from 0.25 to 0.5. You see this through all still works. And if my second extrusion, I'm going to edit feature, if it wasn't through all, if I would say based on dimension, so if I say, if I type 0.25, you see it would be like this. So that's why it's nice to use through all. So if you make any changes in the part, that will still be going through everything if you want that whole to go through, you see. So I'm going back to the first one, edit feature. So we can always go back and change features. Feature is each one of these circles that will extrude, each one of these, you see everything here, extrude, revolve, all of these are called features. Sorry, let me turn on the spotlight. So everything here is a feature. Extrude, revolve, sweep, all of these things that you see there. So I will just return this back to 0.25 and hit OK. So I'm back to what I had. They want us to have 3 different circular pattern. So I'm just saying I would like to have a circular pattern. All I have to do is select feature. You can either select here in the drawing, or you can go to, it's your extrusion too. And even if you don't know, you can also rename this. You can say rename. I think left click somehow, and I can put hole. You see, so I know if I'm selecting this is my hole. So if I say I want to do circular pattern, you see I'm going circular features. I can select my hole. I know it's already selected. You see it's blue. And for my rotation axis, I will need to select, my rotation axis is here, but I actually need to select, you see, the outside, because my rotational axis will go through this. So I'm selecting this, and it will, you see it added the rotational axis. So if I put placement, I don't need 6, I need 3 of these, and that's what you have on the page 5.5 in the chapter 5. And I say okay. And then I see they have some kind of fillet that they're adding 0.065 fillet here. This we will put 0.625. Yeah, I think they didn't give me a location for that hole. I was kind of thinking this is, oh, this is too much. Don't worry. Look, it looks funky. So I think I need 1 0 more. So you see here, I'm missing a 0. So it looks more like there. So don't worry, we can always add it as we go, whatever we create. So, it's parametric drawing. It's parameters we can change. So here they want to tell you if for some reason a change needs to be made to this part, it can be accomplished by editing either sketch or features. You see the first extrusion, you have here edit sketch, or you have edit feature. You see right click, edit sketch, edit feature, any of these. So that's how we get there. So, even if you open here plus, each one of these has more features inside. So you see, we can edit different things. There are 3 occurrences. You see, they're all separate. And here for the whole, we have that sketch we can edit, or for extrusion, we have initial sketch that we did. So, it doesn't matter which one. So they're saying here, move the cursor over sketch 1 and the box will appear. So we can easily, you can either left click twice and you will get to change how it is named, or you can just go edit sketch. Easily you can change whatever they would like you to change. So for example, I went to original sketch, and you see it went back to 2-dimensional review, and now they're saying go to view. Okay, I'm going to view, and they're saying look at. You see here there's a pan, look at. So if I want to go to any of these. I can say look at front. You see look at, let me just turn off my highlighter. You see look at front, and I go there. If I say look at, I may go look at top. It will take me there. So yeah, I want to be in the front one that I'm there. So let's see what they want us to change. Enter 3, no problem. I just go here. I have to make sure look at is not no longer selected. So you can either click on it or you can do escape. And then I go here, double click, left, and I go to 3 inches. You know, you can type 3 IN, but if I'm sure I know I have inches, I'm fine. I can just do 3. So you see, if I update and I say finish, you'll see where the holes are. They're more in the middle. So, you know, exiting the sketch panel, we have everything that we previously, you know, it's all updated. And sometimes when you change stuff, you might have here, you know, when you want to do update, it will tell you, can you update me what I have before? But right now it's over. So if I go to manage, you see update is fine because I did update when I went out. You see you have here some stuff related to when you made changes. So if you can also edit parts by changing extrude command, so they want us to go right click on extrusion, and then in extrusion, let's say edit feature. This is on page 512. So they want us to change 0.25 to 0.5. No problem, I'm changing this. You see, all I do is type in 0.5. That's my distance. Then I'm extruding this and I can exit. You see, when I say okay, you will see how this update. Look, okay, and it's already updated. You see how it's bigger. Sometimes when you have larger parts, that might take slower. So sometimes we need to fix some of the stuff here that are happening. So you see, but my part are still through because I did use through everything. But if you use for the whole, if we use what they told us, edit feature, and if I didn't say through all, I can say 0.25, you will see the holes are not through because they're no longer going through everything because extrusion is 0.5 and we only went by 0.25. So they say, okay, let's do the view, look at face, look at face there. You see, they're not holes anymore. I mean, they're not going through. So what they want us to do is to go over sketch 2 and right click, and they will say edit sketch. So now I want to change something up, and they're saying this is original. I mean, I added this dimension, so you know it wasn't. I added 2 dimensions for location because based on Cartesian coordinate system, I'm thinking XY. You know, if you do polar, you will need angle. You know, you can do differently. Circle if you would do in polar coordinates. So let's say you have that, I will have to say what is my R and what is the angle that this thing is away. So you know there are 2 different ways. So in polar coordinate system where we have, let's say angle is 30, and let's say we know this, I will need to say a line for that. So if I say 0.375, but you see in this way, and oh, that's too little, sorry, 0.625, for example, and this would be, I don't know, something 0.375. But you know, I can dimension these circles in 2 different ways. With polar coordinate system, I will have angle, this angle, and I will have R, like the distance from the center. And if it's in Cartesian, I have X, Y and X. So, you know, I every time I have a circle, I have to dimension that circle with 2 different dimensions. So you see, I don't need this one. I just want to show you in polar coordinate system how dimensioning is working. So I'm back to page 515. I mean, there's this circle. They gave me dimension 375. They want that changed to 0.125. So I'm going there, 0.125. You see how it's tiny hole. And if I finish and go out, look, there are 3 small holes. and they're not going through. So you see, the part looks completely different than what was original. And then they want to move to make more changes. So I'm going now to the extrusion 2. In my case, you see I changed the hole, but that's my extrusion 2, and they want to change the feature, and they want to enter 0.5 for extrusion. So you see I'm now changing the hole to be as big as the first extrude, and this should be see-through. So you see now they have the same distance. Or you can just say through all, and then you don't have to do it twice. So you see Inventor, when I go to manage, you see the part is immediately updated, but you will need to use this update, especially when you have assemblies and when you're changing many parts at the same time. So they want us to use free orbit rotate command to rotate the part. So, you can do shift middle mouse click. You will get that, or you can use orbit. Let me just turn the highlighter. So there's various places where you can find that orbit. So you can like go here, view, and you have orbit right here. Or there's orbit right there. So you see if I click on any of these, I will see the orbit like that. Or the one here is same thing. Or you just do shift middle mouse click, and it's more like pivot orbit, but anywhere. So what they want us to do, they want to edit this feature fillet. So I'm going right click, edit feature, and I can change this. So look, I'm going to advanced properties. Well, I don't know, it's not giving me the right. I'm sorry, circular pattern, that one, edit feature. If I change this to 6 occurrences, you see, I have them 6 of them. Then my part looks a little bit different. You see, I have 6. I mean, and the way it looks in the book, it looks like they have smaller radius there. They didn't even tell us what's the size. I mean, at least I didn't see it. But if you know what is the radius, maybe I missed it. So it's not in the first, it's in the second sketch. This number, I'm not sure. It looks smaller, the way it's showing, but I don't see that they said how far is this location. They said put approximate, estimate the center location of the hole from the center of the part. It's in 5.3. They really didn't put the number. So you see that's pretty much similar to what I mean, I can easily change that hole. If I change this to 0.5, they will get closer to the center. So maybe it looks more, yeah, this looks more like what's in the book, 0.5. And then they want us to change fillet. So I'm going right click, edit feature. Right click, edit feature. You see it's simple here, feature. And I can change radius. They want us to change 0.25. You see it will be bigger. And when I say okay, you see this is how that radius look like. And one thing I didn't mention is like you can even change colors differently. So it doesn't have to be the whole part that has its color. Look, I'm just going to change this surface. Let me make it maybe yellow so you can see, oh, the part. Yeah, the part changed completely. Well, but I think I can also change just one surface. So if I change maybe that surface gold, you see, so it doesn't have to be the whole part. You can even color a specific surface and the part can be different color, just showing you this. So what they want to do, they want to move to the second occurrence and the box will appear around the text. So you see, if I do right click and you see it's on the page 525, I do right click on occurrence and they want us to do suppress. That means I want to hide this specific occurrence. I don't want to see it. So when I say suppress, I'm like, can you please hide? So you see right now that specific occurrence in Inventor will draw a line gray. I mean, I don't see it over there. Yeah. In occurrence, you see it has a line that is gray in the text, and you will notice that the second hole is not visible. And if you want to put it back, you'll say unsuppress, because sometimes we design stuff, we want to change it. And the names of all branches can also be edited. So if you go to extrusion 1, left, somehow, well, left faster. Well, no, let me see. Left. Yeah, you got it slowly. I do left, slowly left. 2 left clicks. If you do faster, you're getting into that feature. But if you do left and a little bit wait, and then you can add it. So I can put base extrusion. So you see that new design looks differently than original design. You see, it's kind of different, you see. That's what we did. So we redesigned the part, and basically that's all we have to do for this. And again, can you please click on the home and make some kind of, and I just want to show you a little bit. You can also change user interface. Let me see, arrange horizontal tile. I think we can even have multiple views. Let's see, in one. No, yeah, this is switch views, user interface. Yeah, this is cool. So what do we want to do? I mean, you can play, you can see what you have textures on, round plane. I don't know, there are different things you can have here. You can play a little bit without half section view. I don't know, there's different things we can select. Yeah, we didn't do that. You can try to see where's the center of gravity. You know, it will add you that, or different things. So when we do home view, you can say file, export, PDF, and just this is our 3D view, right? 3D view. And for the drawing, so you see, I put the center of gravity. Save. And again, if you want to change the material, you can always change material here to, let's say, ABS copper. I'm changing to copper, and you see change the part colors and everything. But then if I go right, I can go to iProperties, and you can now, when you go to physical, and if I say update, it knows this is copper, and you know it will give you the mass and all different things, center of gravity, inertial properties. If you need this for strength of materials, you will be able to find this information there. If you switch to gold, you will see you will have different information. So if you go to iProperties and you go to physical, and if you do update, it will have different weight because these two materials have different weights. And now again, at the end, like always, I would like you to create two drawing, and you see right now it gives you some options. I don't know, maybe I can pick this. Creates a drawing from a sheet format. Why not? Let's see what I get there. Okay. Okay, so you see it gave me some other template. I'm like, okay, I don't like how this one is oriented. So basically I can say, give me different view. Like I can just click and say, okay, I don't like that view. I will delete that. I would like to have a base. Yeah, this base looks good. And if you don't like it, you can just go here, move this, and you can check here, what do you have for different options, display options, you know, how you want it. But I strongly suggest to use the rest or hidden line removed, hidden line removed, the one in the middle. So you see, I picked size 8, and if yours didn't pop like this, you can easily change. You can go to sheet, right click, edit sheet, you see in sheet, edit sheet, and you can pick orientation. You see, I pick A size. This is some default size, or just pick A and use the portrait and just say okay. So you see, in this case, I have that. You know, it gave me a little bit more information there, although I don't like to use the part number, which is my So you see, if I go to parts list, it gives me the parts list, but I can say problem 5. I don't need to use my name. You see, I just say here, right click, edit parts list, and I was able to edit what is here on the parts list. This is what I think it's better template when you have assembly because you have all these. Okay, so another base view. I don't know. This doesn't give me, yeah, from the side. And that's all. I mean, sometimes when we have these holes, we want to show that in the view. So sometimes we will have this kind of, so I would say section, and I will actually go, I don't know, I need to draw it, I guess. But you know, we will have a little bit different, like we will go through the center, continue, and then, yeah, this view is not good. Yeah, no. Or I can just write through. So you see, if I see projected, there's some holes that I need to dimension. So in this case, it's kind of upside down. So if I want to change how this one is oriented, now I'm in the front. Let me see. What if I go in the back? Okay, will the other one follow like that? I don't know. For me, it's visually just makes more sense for something to be like that. So, and I would just do annotate. I would do this by sector. You see, in annotate, when I go this by sector, I will go, hey, give me a central line in between this line and that line. It's kind of small, so again, I will go in between this and this. You know, it has to go through everything, and I need to add a bunch of these center marks. So everywhere where you have holes, you have to have center marks. I know when I was grading, many of you were not adding this part like that. And many times when we have something like this, you can dimension the distance of one from the center, or we can even add another circle there to help us out with that. So you see, if I put a circle, I don't know, somehow it's not snapping. Oh, no, it's have to start here. You know, and then I can dimension maybe this one, like I think it's at one, but then if I want to use this line, I would need to use different kinds of line for this to tell me where these so you see, I would say probably in the view manage somewhere properties, right click properties. Yeah, so I click properties, and I want to switch this to dash long dash dot, maybe this one dash dot. So you see, I right click on the line, and line type, I'm trying to change the line type. So yeah, like there. And if this doesn't show, well, we can also, you know, try to change. So this is center marks. If I don't like how they're shown, I can go to Manage Styles Editor, and I can go to, I'm waiting for that to pop, and center marks. You see, like there, these center marks. Here I have some information about them. Maybe here you see, because these are so small, maybe the distance are too big. So what I would do, I would just go divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, whatever it is. I don't know. Like, so I'm just making everything divided by 2, save, and see if it shows. You see, it's kind of, I don't know, odd. Maybe try like again one more time, divide by 2. So, you know, if you don't like how they look, maybe let's try divide by 2, divide by 2. If I don't like it, I will go times 4. So to go back to the first, divide by 2. So you see it's under center mark. So where did I go? I go manage styles editor, center mark, center mark. I'm trying to, you know, see these dots, see these gaps. This is kind of odd because this one is over there. I think the gap in between is huge. So maybe I should change the gap. Yeah, this looks better. So you see, I didn't know what, so I was just divide by 2, divide by 2. And I don't know why this is showing you know, it's showing red. So I'm trying to see how can I change that. Right click properties, line weight. Okay, fine. Color. Why it's red? I don't want it red. I just want it normal black. So you see, I changed the color. Okay, boom. Yeah, that's it. And also, you can also add center. Sorry, annotate. You can add, where is it? Escape. Finish. I don't know. I'm still in Sketch. I see. So annotate. I'm in annotate. And if this is not active, maybe you need to close the sketch. Remember, I was drawing this circle. That's why I went to the sketch mode. So I also want to add centers wherever I have these radiuses. And now all I have to do is to dimension, you know, these circles. And again, if you you don't have all the, like last time I was asking if you can try to go to manage styles editor, go to dimension and maybe change precision to 3, just so you learn how to do that. So you see dimension, default ANSI. So I want dimension. So again, manage styles editor, dimension, default ANSI, change precision to 3. Save and close. You see now it's 3. And then annotate, and then and again I need to add more of these. So I'm going to dimension. So let's say one of these, I will just dimension 1. Okay, this is my location of the circles. And then I need to dimension one of these circles. So I will just say I have 6 of these. So you see I click somewhere on the right, go arrow to the left, go arrows to the left, and I say 6 times that. And at the end, I will go this and say through, THRU. You see that? So even I want to have, for example, and so I'm fine with all the circles. I gave all the locations here and dimensions. I know where everything is. All I need is height of this part, and I also need radius. So for radius, if you click here, it wouldn't give you if you're in the middle. So make sure you're somewhere a little bit outside so we can finish this radius. And then I can show you how to add a couple of GD&Ts, geometrical dimensioning and tolerancing. So for example, um, maybe I would like to add, so you see in symbols, I'm going to find more symbols. I want to say this is my datum plane. You see, that's my datum plane A. All I have to do is just say, okay, you see, it's under these symbols. I have a bunch of symbols. So what I want to say, I want to perfectly machine this surface. And then I want my holes to be perpendicular to A. So you see, I define this as my surface A, and I want to say, I like these holes to be perpendicular. So you see this feature? I can say my hole, you know, my holes, I want them, so let me see, continue. And I don't want to use this. I want to say, maybe I want them perpendicular to my datum A. You see, I type here, first symbol is perpendicular. So I want each one of the holes to be perfectly perpendicular to my surface A. And I don't know, I put some tolerance, maybe 0.1. This is too much in inches, but let's say I put some number. You will later learn in another course how you really find the number, but now let's just learn how to draw the number. So you see in this way, I added a couple of GD&Ts. So I know this is my surface A, and I want them to be perpendicular to it. For some reason, I need that for assembly. And the last step will be, we go to NC Large, edit definition, and please always change your name. So you're the one who did this drawing, put your name there. And your company, you're working this right now. You can put creation date as well. Company put ODU, or, and for the title, this would be, so you see I'm clicking there, and I would say problem 5.0. That's all I want you to do in this one. So change, and then for the part number, because usually it will just get the file name, so you can put here 5.0. Okay, finish. Yes. You see, now it's updated. you know, because usually here drawing number will give you a file number. So, you know, don't do that. Just change it this. And that's it for this part. So I will zoom out. I don't need to put 3D view. I will just save that. And you can use the same name, doesn't matter, because it's different kind of file. You see, it's telling me, yeah, save. And because this doesn't exist without the part. So the way the part is, this is reflecting. So if I change anything in my part, I can show you, like, for example, the first sketch, look, I can change 3 to 6. I'll make it twice bigger. Look, now it's just bigger. And when I go here, this is bigger as well. So, you know, the drawing doesn't exist without the part. So every time you save Inventor files, make sure you save both of them. Because, you know, whatever you change in the part, look, I will just put this back to 3. You'll see how that will propagate. Look, and if I go to 3D model, where am I? Manage, update, it's updated. And I go here, I want to see, yeah, it's updated. So you see, I have to save. That's why I'm getting these messages. So I will say, okay, fine. Yes, I did change something. I'm aware of that. Can you please save it? And the last step is export PDF. But in here, I would just add 2D drawing, because this is my 2D engineering drawing. And please submit PDFs in Canvas and make sure you upload or your files to Google Drive. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new with this tutorial.